Hello, lovelies. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Ash to Smiley on Keeping It Real. On today's episode of Keeping It Real, we'll be talking about self love. I am super duper excited to talk to you about this topic self love, the importance of self love, and what it means to truly love yourself. I'm sure this is not your first time hearing the term self love. You've had people talking about self love, but what is self love? Do you love yourself? Do you value yourself? Do you know your worth? Self love is having a deep appreciation and respect for oneself. It involves physical, mental, and emotional well being. Self love is appreciating yourself. Self love is forgiving yourself. Self love is being kind to yourself. Self love is prioritizing your happiness, doing things to ensure that you're happy, ensuring that every decision you make is for your own good. Self love is having regard for yourself, just being there for yourself, doing the right things for your own mental, physical, and emotional well being. One of the things that I've learned the hard way is loving myself. I was never taught how to love myself. All I was taught or shown was how to love people, how to accept people with their flaws, how to forgive others when they wrong you, and how to be there for others. But I was never taught how to love my own self. And there were consequences of not loving myself my whole life. I opened room for disrespect. I opened room for disappointments. I opened room for people to treat me the way they want. I became timid. I didn't have confidence in myself. I constantly seeked validation from people. There were a lot of things. There were times I had to force myself to do things that I'm not okay with just because I want to be accepted. If I had known what it meant to love myself, I'm sure I wouldn't have been in so many situations. Well, I'm not proud that I didn't do that for myself, but I've forgiven myself for it because I didn't know. But now that I know, I'm not giving anyone an inch to treat me how I don't want to be treated. I love myself so much that I can't let anyone play with my feelings. I can't let anyone disrespect me. I can't let anyone intimidate me. I can't let anyone influence me into doing something I don't want to do. I know myself and I don't have to prove a point. That's the most beautiful thing about loving yourself. It gives you confidence in yourself. It helps you stand out. Let everybody be white and you're black. It's okay. Let everybody say yes and you say no. It's okay. As long as what you're saying no to makes you happy, it's fine. And as long as what you're saying yes to makes you happy, fine. What are the benefits of self love? Self love boosts your confidence. Well, you may ask or think how self love boosts your confidence. If your level of confidence is 10 or 20 or 30, you can make it 100 by loving yourself. The more you love yourself, the more you become confident in yourself, the more you become happy for yourself, the more you're able to stand your grounds, the more you're able to face the wall and show your true self. And the more you love yourself, the less you seek for validation, the less you have to be a people pleaser, the less you have to conform just to be accepted. Self love strengthens the relationship you have with others. If you love yourself the right way, you show people how to love you. You can't demand for what you don't give yourself. If you need love or respect from others, you need to give it to yourself first. And then you give room for others to do the same. And it also helps you to love others. If you love yourself enough, you're able to love people around you the right way. The same way you accept your flaws, it's the same way you accept other people's flaws. The way you forgive yourself is the way you would forgive others. Self love also helps you to have an authentic life. It helps you become true to yourself. You don't have to say yes when it's not convenient. And you also don't have to do things when you don't want to do them. Someone asks you to go to the club and you don't want to go to the club. You say no. You don't have to go to the club because you want that person to be happy. See, anyone that wants you would love you for who you are. You don't have to become a people pleaser for people to love you. The more you become a people pleaser, the more you risk your own happiness. And you open yourself to heartbreaks, you open yourself to disappointments, you open yourself to things that are just going to shatter you. Self love gives you true happiness. You don't need someone to love you the right way to be happy. See, if you love yourself the right way, you become happy. You don't have to lean on anyone for happiness. You don't have to follow anyone for happiness. Because whatever you're seeking for outside, you're giving yourself. So now, what it does is that if you love yourself the right way and someone else loves you, it's a plus to you. Here are ways to practice self love. One, be kind and compassionate to yourself. You know how you treat your best friend when they are sad or depressed. You offer them care and concern. You lend them a soldier to lean on, right? Do that for yourself. Be kind to yourself. Another thing is to prioritize your self care. Eat well, sleep well, drink well, exercise well. Okay? Do the things that keep you healthy and alive. Another way to practice self love is to listen to yourself. Learn to listen to yourself. Learn to listen yourself speak to you. And that can only be done if you create a space for it. Sometimes you need to be away from people, away from the noise, away from your comfort zone. Go on a walk, go on a solo date, go far away. Just create a safe space where you could hear yourself speak to you. This is the only way you can pay attention to what your heart truly wants. Another thing is you need to embrace your imperfections. Darling, nobody is perfect. No matter how hard you try to be perfect, you would never be. Instead, embrace your imperfections and see how best you can modify them. Okay? You can't be perfect, but you can try to turn your imperfections to better things. Okay? And also you need to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for the wrongs that you have made or the mistakes that you've made, the wrong choices that you've made. Learn to forgive yourself. The key to self love is forgiving yourself. It starts with forgiveness. If you can't forgive yourself, you can't love yourself. Forget that. It's in the past. Move on. In the present. Tell yourself today, I've forgiven myself for the wrongs that I've made. I've chosen to love myself. I've chosen to put myself first. I've chosen to let my happiness come first. You're being fair. You're not being selfish. For loving yourself, you can never be selfish for that. And finally, know your worth. Love, you're worthy of everything. You're worthy of the love. You're worthy of the kindness. You're worthy of all the good things that comes with life. Everything that is beautiful and everything that is in this world, you deserve it. Okay? Don't limit yourself. Thank you all for watching. This is all I had for you today on Keeping It Real with Ash to Smiley. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. And keep the love coming. Thank you all. I love you. See you on another episode. Bye.